So if you guys remember when Latocha Scott from Escape, when they did the reality show and she was accused of
stole my money, Mama didn't say nothing. When you and Rocky stole my money, Mama didn't say nothing. Mama got quiet, just like she quiet now.
taking her sister's money, her sister residual check that they got for when they was in the group, they to get paid for their music.
3 years ago, Tiny Mom told me about a new royalty that we were all getting for being in the group, and I told her I hadn't received my royalty checks.
Mama, don't do it.
So she did some investigating and found out that my checks were being sent to my sisters.
Well, Latocha Scott decided she's going to get on the residual challenge and do what we all thought was taking accountability for her actions and pretty much apologizing to her sister.
And of course I miss my sister, this a crazy feeling. But y'all know family shit be needing time for healing.
And in the end, she said they gonna have some words and they gonna talk about the residual.
Sis, you've got my word. We gon' have some words about the residual.
You look, her face at the end was all it took for her sister Tamika Scott to speak out about the situation. So she was on the Ricky Smiley morning show and she pretty much spoke on this situation and everything about it that we wanted to know. So before she broadcasted, she was like, residual verse, wait for the call, sis. Yes, please, let's talk about the residual.
You know, I think it's a genius marketing strategy for her new music. It really is. We haven't, talked. She hasn't called me. My number's the same. The address is the same. So if this is real, sis, pull up. I'm cooking now. Pull up.
And she decided to spill more tea on the situation.
Because the last time I saw her at a family function, I was on the dance floor jamming. Her and my mom walked in, and when they saw me, they walked out. And that kind of caused me a little bit because I felt like that was the proper. I feel like, we around family. Time. And if any type of reconciliation, I felt like if she probably walked up to me, I probably would have just fell in her arms.
What you would get on about her husband. But I want y'all to take a listen to what she had to say pretty much about the song and their relationship.
My number is the same. My address is the same. Sis, pull up. Let's talk about these residuals. If this is, real, let's talk about the residuals. But it's definitely a great marketing strategy for her new music that's coming out. And she sound amazing. Like, at first my heart was like, oh my gosh, she's singing to me. And at the very end, the way she looked at the camera like, huh. And I was like, okay.
Oh, this is something else.
There was allegedly an outside child with Rocky. Is that true? There's no child. There's no outside child at all. Okay.
So we already know in the residual challenge, Latocha Scott also mentioned about her husband having an outside child.
Reading through them comments, they say he having a baby. I don't know who's lying. Maybe I was blind.
And she also mentioned that they actually split up and been split up for 2 years. We'll get more into that too. But the alleged baby mama of Rocky was like, here we go again, after someone tagged her about, so she don't know if he was lying or if she was blind. She was like, here we go again, and or she did have a miscarriage by Rocky, and she can explain more of it here. But Tamika Scott also released more tea, like her husband is not split up. That's why she called the song a marketing ploy. But y'all listen to all this and tell what you think in them comments.
Man, absolutely.
In front of her house the other day, they ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Yeah. She said they ain't broke up.
Like, yeah, I had some friends call and say he was jogging in front of the house the other day, and I was like, well,
Thing to me and my family, he's everything to me and our son. And do we have problems? Are we perfect? No, we're not. Is he perfect? No, he's not. Am I perfect? I'm not perfect. I'm very much aware of the allegations that are happening about him. I see everything.
How you speaking on it? Like, why he not at the interviews? Why he not answering the questions? Let him answer the questions. especially that question is not for you. That question is for him. So you shouldn't be answering that question. Whenever they ask that question, let him answer that question. Actually ask him how many pregnancies were there. And then, like I said, you better just hope that none of these other girls find the courage to come forward, because, you know, they got some waiting on paternity tests, baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, it is what it is. I wasn't trying to do all of this. I've been minding my own motherfucking business, telling my truth. My truth. I never talked about you. I could tell you stuff about you. So you out here defending him, and he was out here disrespecting you. But see, I'm not here to do that. My issue is when you speaking on my child like you just know. Don't speak on my child as if you just know and follow it up with I just been picked on. Like, people, no, who you insinuate picking on you? I'm not picking on you. I have no problem with you. I don't. Your man came into my life. Your man came into my life. So as a human, as a woman, naturally, I'm going to get in my feelings. And like I said, we ain't talking about 1 year. We ain't talking about 2 years. We ain't talking about 3 years. You feel me? Like, you don't know. Like, do you know? If you want to know, I'll tell you. I don't have a problem. But I just feel like that situation, that's a trigger for me. You don't speak on that. Don't speak on that. And you've been with him all these years. So you know what it is. There's no way you could be with somebody all these years and you're not with them 24/7. And, you know, you've been hearing shit about the man. I didn't even know he was wilding like that. The only reason I got up on here is because she went to the radio station and asked about my child, and her demeanor with it, the way she said what she said. That's a trigger. You don't know what the fuck. I'm still healing. That's like, you don't speak on my child. And then for you, your question is, the question was, is there an outside baby? And you're like, no, there's no outside baby and stuff. Forget my situation. Let's not talk about my baby. Why he not taking paternity tests for these other babies that's out here?
That happening about him. I see everything. As a wife, you see everything. But with our relationship, some people keep the fact that they have an open relationship quiet.
My sister was insane. Kicked out of my group and it's insane. Everybody in the media was tearing me down.
Like you said, you didn't want to do no shows with us, so
So after she said that part, Kandi was asked about the whole situation. Like, y'all don't give her a chance. Y'all gonna put her back in the group. And Kandi basically must said, we never kicked out. She walked away.
fix what's happening in the family, and then it could be a talk about what's going on with us. Because realistically, I thought it was a little untrue talking about you got kicked out. When you get kicked out? I don't know about that. That didn't necessarily, that wasn't true. But I do think there was some issues that, some decisions on her part that made it to where, we ain't doing enough.
Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this whole song, this issue. Everything in the comments down below. But y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
Well, before she changed her number the last time I heard it about the rumors and stuff, I was like, sis, forget what we're going through. I love you. We're going to get through this. I got cussed out. So, and then me and her started going back and forth on the text. And I was like, you know what?
Just forget it.
You know what? At the end of the day, I love you. I love you, and I'm praying for you. And